Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
Any of you fucking pricks move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
Jesus H. Christ.
Who the fuck do you think you are, you crazy little shit?
I'm bad Ash. And you're good Ash. You're goody little two-shoes. You're goody little two-shoes, goody little two-shoes.
Welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and that fine gentleman right there, that's got like three names for some reason. You know, serial killers have three names.
It's just J. Matthew Robin. It's not one of them's not even a name. It's just a initial.
You're still serial killer style, you know, like J. Matthew Robin.
But then we got like a million other people who have. You know what I mean. Go ahead.
Shut up. Anyway, we have a guy I can consider my friend is Mr. Tom Cook, the amazing Tom Cook. If you don't know who Tom Cook is, you're just stupid.
You're probably like everybody else.
Well, that's not true. That's not, okay. Well, let me fix this here so we can show everybody. Look, boom, the man who basically invented filmation. That's what I'm talking about.
That is what I'm talking about as well. That's
I know it's probably smelled wrong, but I'm putting it in here anyway.
Mr. Cook, how are you doing today?
Hey, doing well. Just getting ready to do a little softball playing in a couple hours.
Okay.
And I see the little one there.
Yeah. He said he had to run in and say hello.
Nice.
Yeah. What, bud? I know you did. I know you just wanted to say hello. He always likes to do that. Go ahead. What were we going to ask there, Jay?
Okay. Matt works. Mr. Cook, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you got going on right now?
Right now, or what did I get? Because right now I'm retired, so there's not much going on.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame for you to retire. You're because of everything you've done, I would love to see more from you.
Yeah, well, I've been retired for about 10 years now, so
you never get to rest. I want to see more.
Yeah, no, you're not going to see more.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I mean, you still do your conventions and stuff. I mean, if anybody wants,
sure, but
anything from you.
Actually, I probably would have worked longer, except all the studios closed their doors and sent the work overseas, so there really wasn't anywhere to work.
It's that thing that would this might. I don't mean this in a negative way, but they sent it to Korea, right?
Yeah, like Japanese. Japan, Korea, Philippines. Now it's even in Thailand and Vietnam. Everywhere but the U.S.
That's
really. I'm surprised. I didn't know that. I didn't know they actually did all that. Like sent all the shit away from here
since 1981.
Yeah,
really. That long ago. Wow.
I remember hearing about it with The Simpsons because I'm a big Simpsons fan. And I remember hearing that they write the episode and everything and then send it right over to them. And then they send it back and fix it and everything like that. So
yeah, it was only Filmation back in 1981 when all the studios closed and sent the work overseas. Only Filmation Studios kept it in the United States. So that kind of saved my life because I'd only been in the animation industry for about maybe 3 or 4 years.
Oh, wow.
And so I went right over to Filmation as soon as I heard that he had said he wouldn't send the work overseas. And everybody else went on strike for more money, and that's why the studios all closed. So the union did a wonderful job representing us. We went from $18 an hour to $0.
Oh, goodness.
And but thank goodness for Filmation and Lou Scheimer, because he's the one that kept the studio open and said, nope, I'm not sending work overseas.
And basically kept you guys alive and doing what you do. And it's amazing. Like the first time I ever met Tom was fuck, dude. It was God, it had to be 10 years ago, probably. You were at, I think it was, you were at a, what was it? It used to be called
Comic-Con.
something. It's not, yeah, but it was called something. It was called, it wasn't Fan Expo. It was something else. Wizard World.
Wizard World, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
funny. He was at a Wizard World, and I was, you know, I was being all,
Fancy.
I don't know. Yeah, you know, like fanboyish, you know. I was kind of
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh my God, it's the guy who drew, you know, He-Man, he helped, you know. I was like fucking just being that way, you know. And my wife, she was a girlfriend at the time, me and her got in a fight in front of Tom because
Oh.
yeah. 'Cause it was great because I took her notebook and I wrote something on it to give him. And she's like, "Why'd you write on the back of my notebook?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh, because it's a notebook, you know. My
Yeah.
bad." You know, I wasn't thinking. It was so funny. And that was just one of my most memorable moments of meeting Tom for the first time. And then we took pictures with a bunch of girls that were dressed up as She-Ra. It was She-Ra. It was like all the other female characters, and they all came. No. It was all the girls from She-Ra. Like there was like
Glimmer,
there was a good
Catra.
good
Yeah.
5 or 6 different characters, and they all stood next to Tom. And Tom's like, "Can you please take my pictures?" You got it, boss. But it was such a cool, you know, moment to. And then me and him have become friends because he's been at MightyCon several times. You know, we've booked him, brought him over there, and became friends that way. And hung out in, was it New York Comic Con and all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
We've done things. It's really cool. It's great to meet people. I always say, people say don't meet your idols or meet people like, you know, that you respect in different ways, but it's not true. Because I've always said that different people, like celebrities and different things like that, you never know who they're going to be or how they're going to act.
Yeah.
And to meet you and to become buddies with you and actually stuff, it was a good thing. It was a good moment, and people should talk to more people. I guess I should say.
Yeah, it's like everybody's different, and you know, I've met a few people that I wish I didn't bother with. You know,
Same.
that I was a big fan of, and it's like disappointing. But
Yeah.
you know, I'd still say 95% of them have been great.
But yeah, I agree with you. I've met several people that were fantastic. Most of the people that I've dealt with through the convention, like booking them and stuff, have been awesome. The people who I don't like, and I'll say this out loud, the people I don't like are the guys who represent you people.
Oh,
Like some of them, like not Spencer's crew. Those people are fantastic. Like I love those people. I will work with them anytime, but there's been some that are just
yeah.
completely obnoxious, and they all like, well, look, you got to pay for us to come too, and then you got to pay for this person and that person too. And I'm like, well, we really can't do that. Like we can, we're a small show. It's like we can do the guest, no problem, you know. But then when you're asking us to bring up 4 other people for the guest, we can't.
Sure.
You know, sorry, it's just one of those things.
And then what I like to do too is that I always go with Delta Airlines because since I fly so much with them, I get free baggage. So, and I get 3 free bags at 70 pounds a piece.
Oh wow, dude, you get
which you probably know I travel pretty heavy.
They're very heavy. I had to move those around a few times.
Yeah, so I have to have those 3 bags for free, and then plus, since I fly so much, I get upgraded to first class. So the promoter only has to pay for main cabin,
right?
And yet I get to fly first class. You know, probably 80% of the time I'd say I get upgraded, and so that makes my life a little easier, and you don't have to pay for it.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. And I don't understand, like some of the people, like they have issues with, you know, the booking of certain things and this and that. Oh, we can't book X amount of baggage or this and that. And I'm like, well, guys, you want these people to come. This is what they require, you know. And I tell that to people all the time. You know, it's like you can't say, okay, well, we can do this and that's it. You know, I mean, well, this is if we want this one person, you need this, this, and this. This is how it works.
Right.
Do Comic-Con people have like writers? Like, I need this amount of water. I need green M&Ms, stuff like that.
Some, but not all. Like, and then what I mean by that is like some of them they have a per diem, they have certain things like that, which means they get, you know, $50 to $100 a day, so they can go eat and do the things that they need.
Yeah,
you know, that kind of stuff. I've never really come across one that's been like, well, I need 6 bottles of flat Pepsi Cola with you know, or anything, you know, crazy. Nothing crazy. Except for Tom. Tom
I'm
always
almost sure you're gonna ask for peanut M&Ms, green only, next time you go to a Comic-Con.
No, I'm diabetic, so no M&Ms.
Oh God, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. That's the worst thing I could have said. I feel like
no, because I did that to him. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, he did it the other day. He said, "We'll give you all this food," and it was like, "Nope, diabetic.
I can't do it." And I was like, my bad, man. I'm sorry. But
in my mouth.
So what kind of shows do you have coming up, Tom? You have anything coming around, or
yeah? Well, this weekend I'm going to be right here at home in Spokane, Washington.
Nice.
It's one called Lilac City Con, and this is actually the guy, you know, maybe 15 years ago, invited me to his little con that he held at a community college, and now it's grown to the size where he gets some pretty big guests in, and
that's fantastic.
Uses the convention center down there and everything. So that's pretty cool. I just did last week. I was in Elkhart, Indiana for the Hall of Heroes Con.
Cool.
And I think the next bigger one for me is SuperCon in Miami.
Nice. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah. I haven't been to that one, but everybody talks about how good that is.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just too bad it's July in Florida.
Yeah. And that's the bad thing about the one down here for us is it's August in Louisiana, which is like sweltering hot. And we're rolling. These guys are rolling their dice to make sure that let's see if this week is the hurricane. You know, it's like, come on, guys.
Right.
August is our hot. You know, we got hit in the last 10 years 4 times on August 29th. 4. You know, so it's a bad day.
That's a day after Jack Kirby's birthday.
Is it really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I have his art on the walls almost everywhere.
Yeah, he's got some back there. Yeah, Kirby
all
stuff
my
behind
posters,
him.
not all of them, but a lot of my posters are Jack Kirby. But yeah, I see you have a Doctor Strange fat figure behind you.
Oh, okay.
A fat figure.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep, I got that. Lots and lots of stuff. I've actually got the whole He-Man crowd over here.
Nice.
Okay. The really nice big, you know, like 18-inch, 24-inch statues.
Oh, dude, I love those. If I could like just buy those, I would. But they
look just like the He-Man characters from Filmation. I mean, they did such a good job on them.
Yes.
I had seen.
Best thing you have.
I had seen one of them on eBay, and I found out who made them. So I called up the manufacturer and I said, "Look, I want to get that He-Man figure. Do you have any, you know, left in back stock or something?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, we do." And he said, "Now, did you say you worked on He-Man?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, we're sending everyone we have to you for free."
Get out of here, dude.
I swear, and I couldn't believe it. I said, "Look, I'm willing to pay for them." And he said, No. So I've got, let's see, Man-at-Arms, Tila, He-Man, Skeletor, and Trapjaw.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah, right up there on the wall.
As you can see, it's my go-to favorite, you know, I guess you could say franchise. It's one of my favorites of all time, you know. And I mean, I've been collecting that since I was a little kid. You know, I've been playing with those toys. I actually had to sell my vintage collection recently, and it really ripped me.
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. But I mean, you know, it's either that or be homeless. So I was like, okay, I'll sell that. you know, it's okay. I don't mind, and that's what those things are there for. I say, I
Sure.
mean, I can always go back and pick them up again, little at a time, here and there. It's fine, and it makes my collection still, my collecting bugs still be there, and it helps me, this and that. And if I go and I'm dead, and my wife needs something to pay the bills with, there's plenty. She can work it out. People will.
Yeah, my problem is that my wife doesn't know what anything's worth. So she's just like, when I married her, I had this huge comic book collection, and she was like, what? 100 long boxes of comics.
Oh my God, dude.
And she was like, what in the world are you going to do with these comics? And I ended up getting a ton of them graded. And last year in December, I sold them all on Comic Connect, and $306,000.
Holy!
Wow! So she suddenly was really happy with my comic book collecting.
It was like, oh, so that's what you were doing with all that paper? Okay.
You keep talking. I'm just going to go off camera for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
The really cool thing about the collecting stuff is, Matt, is you've done it as long as I have. I mean, I don't know if as long, because I'm a retarded person who buys all kinds of shit.
1 year older than me. Calm down.
I am not 1 year older than you. I'm a lot.
It's all
Stuntman.
It's all reflective. Let me see if I can shut this down and get it so it's not so reflected.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Stuntman number 1.
8.5.
8.5. Yeah. And I didn't sell my Kirby stuff. I've still got a lot of Kirby stuff.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
So you cherry picked a lot of really nice things and still made $300,000. Holy crap, dude.
I just couldn't get rid of it, because I had Amazing Fantasy 15 number 1, 15 plus Amazing Spider-Man number 1 through 200, all graded.
Wow.
I had X-Men number 1, Iron Man number 1, Fantastic Four number 1, Avengers number 1. So
That's
all
really,
of those is what I sold, but the Jack Kirby stuff,
that's like who's who.
The non-Marvel stuff is the stuff I couldn't sell.
Man.
And I will eventually, but
one of my collections right now is I collect posters that are like of comic books, like the first issue of comic books and stuff like that, like Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, stuff like that. And so that's awesome to me. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's way cheaper than trying to actually get the book.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Because some of those comics that ones of, man, that's just impossible. I got an interesting story for you, Tom. You're gonna like this. About probably 12 years ago, me and two of my other buddies, my buddy Rusty and the Rum guy, who's actually one of the hosts on the show, who's not here. We were gonna go into business together and do a collectible shop together. We were gonna go buy, because Rum found a guy who was auctioning off his dad's business, which was an old collectible shop, was a comic book shop he said that the man had it since like I think he said the 50s or 60s, and he's been out of the business. So they wanted to get rid of all the back stock and everything like that, and we were like, okay, so they sent photos of some of the back stock, and we're talking remember the old like advertising signs that were the metal, like Superman pointing like this, and they had not like 10 cents written on it, and it was like for the car. They had those. They had literal boxes of like comics that were from the, I don't know, 60s. Like the man he would put a few out on the rack and then keep the boxes in the back. So he had hundreds and hundreds of boxes of these just vintage comics. Some of them were like first appearance of Batman. Some of them were the most expensive one that I remember out of hand was the first appearance of Wonder Woman, which I can't remember which issue of whatever book that was, but he had 4 copies of that.
Yeah, there was Sensation Comics something or other.
Yes. Yeah. So he had a ton of this stuff, right? So it was a silent auction. So we were bidding on this stuff silently versus these other people. We missed it by $100, and we missed the whole lot. So okay, we were fine with it. We were kind of upset that we missed it, but whatever. 4 days later, the guy who owned it left it there for all this time. He wasn't it was a couple weeks. It wasn't 4 days later. It was a couple weeks. And he left it in this building until he was able to go over there to get it, right? Well, when he went over there, the building was so old that the plumbing busted and flooded the entire building. Everything was gone. All the comics were destroyed. And I'm thinking to myself, God, what a heartbreak. You know, like you're buying what's inside. You're not really worried about this building. You want what was inside the building. Yeah. And he lost it all. And I can tell you our highest bid was $15,000 and he got it for $15,000 like $100, you know. But what was in that building was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, and it was all gone. Just gone instant.
Did he still have to pay?
Yeah, he had to pay. He bought it. He won the auction. So he basically got the building that flooded out. But, you know, still, I mean, to lose all of that, you know, in a matter of days.
Hopefully it was insured.
In some
no
way,
idea. Yeah, sure, hopefully. But I just was like, God, what a heartbreak.
I had the Atom, like DC's The Atom. I had issue 5 or 6, and I left it on my table, and some kid, because I read comics, I love comics, but some kid came in and used a pen and drew drew the Atom, like the word Atom on it, like
over the top of it.
Yes, like where the you know, it's like the I don't know,
the logo.
On this. The logo, yeah. And he just drew in it and just like scratched Atom into it. It was so.
Jeez, man.
I was very mad about it.
So out of curiosity, do you own any of the He-Man comics?
Yeah, I've got the first couple of them graded at 9.8. You know, I bought like I think 1 through 5. You know, I bought graded 9.8, and I've had a number of them. I buy them whenever I see them raw. Yeah, and then I'll do a little sketch of He-Man or Orko or something on it.
Yeah, like a remark, basically. Like you do a little.
Yeah. And then I sell them at Comic Cons, or sometimes I've had them graded, and you know, then sell the graded version.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Next time I see you, I'm definitely gonna have to get you to do a remark for me, because I have a bunch of stuff that I just, you know, I have stuff by you. I just don't have. I don't think I have an actual art piece by you. I have prints and stuff. My son's all your stuff is on my son's wall in his room. And that's why I'd asked you before if you ever had, because you do the ones with all the faces, the He-Mans with the faces. You know, you have like Skeletor in the middle. And I was asking if you had a a Hordak.
Yeah, a little booger picker down there right now.
I know. Yeah. I found that, you know, the She-Ra one, it just doesn't sell.
Yeah, I don't have that one. That's the only one I don't have yet. I think.
Yeah, because you didn't want it.
I think I might have it. I don't know.
No, it's usually what happens is people go, because I sell it as a set of 3, and they always go, well, can I just get the He-Man and the Skeletor one? I really don't want the She-Ra one. So I thought, man, I don't want to spend hours doing all the villains and then never selling it.
Yeah. That's why I always asked. I was just curious if you actually had a mock-up of the, you know, of the villains. That's all.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Damn it.
How long did you work on Super Friends?
That was actually the reason I was hired, was because of Challenge of the Super Friends. I took a class in college about comic book art.
Yeah.
And the teacher's name was Don Rico. And if you know Don Rico, he drew the Daredevil that was like half red and half black back in the 50s.
Yeah.
And also Captain America. He did a few issues of the later, you know, 50s Captain America.
You should know that.
And so I wanted to go to take that class so I could A, learn a little bit more how about comics are made, and then B, to be able to meet the teacher. And he ended up being a storyboard artist at Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, cool.
So when I gave him my portfolio to look at, it was all superheroes. And after the class, he said, I work at Hanna-Barbera and I'm a storyboard guy, and I can recommend you to a class that's held at Hanna-Barbera every Thursday night for free to learn basic animation skills. And sometimes they hire out of the class. And he said, I really like your superhero work. And we're doing a show called Challenge of the Super Friends. And we have a lot of people who draw Fred and Barney and Scooby Doo, but they're not real good with the human figure. And I like your stuff. So I ended up taking that class. And 3 weeks later, they hired me out of the class. So that's how I got my job.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. I never applied for the job. I just got it.
That's
like,
awesome.
You did good. Here.
Yeah.
So I was, extremely lucky that I decided to take that class, because otherwise I would have remained a bus driver in LA for.
Oh, wow. That's what you did? You were a bus driver?
Yeah, transit bus.
No shit. That must have been fun.
In LA. Holy moly.
That's why I said, that must have been fun.
And I had to go through Hollywood. And it was just really scary in Hollywood. But the funny thing is that I drove right by Hanna-Barbera every day on my route.
Okay.
Next thing you know, I'm working there. It was cool.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I really do. I really wish Rum was here, because I don't know his cousin's name, but his cousin actually used to work for Hanna-Barbera as well. You probably worked with him.
Is he Hanna or Barbera?
He's neither one. He's neither one.
Yeah.
He used to work for them as well. But he always, he told us stories about his cousin and stuff. And it's like, yeah, he used to work for this animation company, Hanna-Barbera. I was like, what? You're kidding me, right? No, really? It's funny. He lost everything, though. He was in LA when the fires came this past.
Oh, boy.
He lost all of his stuff. Like, he had original artwork from when he was doing the cartoons and all that stuff. Burnt.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff is going to be anything that's left around from, those eras that weren't taken by the fires is going to be worth a lot of money pretty soon.
Yeah. It's really, really hard to find like a cell from Super Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And I found one. It was at an auction, and it was like a full picture of Batman. It was full body and the background. And so I said, man, I got to buy this, even though it was a little expensive.
Yeah.
And I said, somebody is gonna, because it's one of the things I'm asked all the time. Do you have any cells with Scooby Doo or with Super Friends? And it's always no. I just don't have anything like that. And man, as soon as I put it out there, the guy bought it.
Really?
Like, wow, I've been looking at this forever. So
that's cool, man.
So I got a good price for it.
I'm sorry. My thing about Super Friends was that my brother, older brother, he had recorded some episodes on VHS. And back in the day, we didn't have like streaming and stuff, obviously. But I know, I'm sorry, it's obvious. But
back in the day.
But I would watch that video like so much. And that was the Super Friends connection I had.
Yeah,
well,
I love Super Friends.
Back when we did Super Friends, there were no VHS tapes. So
yeah. Well, I don't know how he got them. I'm guessing it was on
TV. Yeah, it was probably a redone, and he probably recorded it.
Yeah, he had like, I think it was like 4 episodes on it.
Yeah, I always recorded stuff off of Boomerang.
Yes.
Because at one point, Thundar the Barbarian wasn't available on DVD, so I recorded them all. I had a really nice recorder where you could take commercials out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I made myself a really nice set of Thundar until they finally brought it out, and now it's actually out on Blu-ray too.
Oh, is it? I didn't know it was on Blu-ray. I need to go pick that up.
Yeah, go out to Amazon. They've got it's only like $25 or $26.
Oh, really? Oh, gotta buy it, man. That's one of my all-time favorite shows as a kid too. Because
that was my favorite thing I worked on.
Because I was going to ask you that what was your favorite thing you worked on, but Thundar. I'll never forget that opening scene, like for the beginning, where like the planet is messed up and all. Dude, it's such a iconic beginning.
Way in the future in 1994.
I know, dude. When you look at that, I'm like, wow, the world ended in 1994. Did you know that?
And it was a comet. It was a comet that came through really close to the moon and the Earth, caused tidal waves and earthquakes, and wiped out humanity, and broke the moon in half.
Yeah, that's right. Because when I remember when it on the intro when the comet shoots by and it pulls the atmosphere, I guess, off and cracks the Oh man, that was so much fun. God,
that was great show. Jack Kirby.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh damn, I didn't know that. Did you know
that?
Yeah,
he and Steve Gerber created Thundar.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So Thundar wasn't a cartoon first. It was a comic book then, right?
No. Jack Kirby, in the later part of his life, was hired by Ruby Spears and Hanna-Barbera to do creation of new characters and promotional art and stuff like that. So that's when Jack finally got a steady paycheck and got medical benefits and everything else. Because at Marvel, he got basically nothing.
Right. He actually got to dare then.
He got hosed pretty bad.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Was that just with the cartoons, or did he do comic books for him as well? Is that where the Eternals came from?
Well, he was doing comics like Forever People and Mr. Miracle and the New Gods and stuff like that. Because he lived in New York, but then he finally in the early 70s moved out to California. And that's when he was working on those Fourth World books. And, somebody caught wind that he was available for work. And they said, man, we could tell everybody we got Jack Kirby working for us.
Right.
I mean, we could probably sell some of these shows. Yeah. And and that's actually, I had met Jack once at a signing. It was just a little book shop in North Hollywood that I went and got a few things signed from him. And I also bought the cover to Fantastic Four number 171.
Okay.
From Jack Kirby for $75.
Get the
and I sold it for $4,000.
I was gonna say
great.
and now it's probably worth $35,000.
You probably could sell it for way more now.
Yeah. But so that's when I first met him. But then I saw him walking across the bridge between the two buildings at Hanna-Barbera. And I kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't even know he worked there. So I ran out there and pretended I had to go to the other building. And oh my gosh, it's Jack Kirby. And he was so nice. He's put his portfolio down and we talked for probably 20 minutes about all he meant to me. And then he ends up giving me his phone number and his address and says, come out to the house. Wow. So I had this little teeny address book that I used to keep in my wallet. And I would always show everybody that I had Jack Kirby's phone number.
It's funny that you say that because like I kind of do that sometimes too. I'm like, look at my phone and I'm going, do you know who I have? I look at the people I have in my phone, dude. You know, it's like it's insane.
Yeah.
Because doing the booking and stuff, I'm like, I never thought in my life I would have Darth Vader in my phone number and I can call up and say, hey man, what's going on? And Smith's like, hey, how you doing? When we go to Hooters again, I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
You know who the biggest number I have in my phone is? Andy Dick.
Do you really?
Oh.
Yeah.
You have Andy Dick's phone number?
And who knew that he was one?
Right, exactly.
He was the worst one of all of them. But I met him in New Orleans, got his phone number, and then because I was a comic, that was when I was hard in comedy, and he turned out to be a real
lived up to his name. He was that before. I had to be like before he got knocked out, huh?
No,
when he was here.
This was after Wesley Snipes, him saying the N-word in the bathroom with Wesley Snipes.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Because he got knocked out a guy that would go to some of the clubs that I knew, punched him dead in the face and knocked him out because he tried to grab his penis.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
And
But
then they
that's
wanted
the
to
most
sue
famous
him.
person that I have in my phone.
But that's all right.
Yeah.
That's good though. That's a good one.
Well, I think for me, it's just Sam Jones, the guy that was Flash Gordon.
Nice,
Oh,
dude.
yeah?
Sam Jones. Yes. Yeah, I only got to meet
Dude.
him once, but he seems to be like such a nice dude.
He was the first guy that I met that the next time I saw him, he was like, "Hey, Tom."
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so awesome. That
Usually
feeling.
they don't even remember who you are.
100%. 100%.
For example, I have had dinner on 3 separate occasions with Lou Ferrigno.
Oh,
Okay.
And every time I see him at a show, he has no idea who I am.
Yeah,
All right.
Wayne has stories about Lou Ferrigno.
oh, I think Lou Ferrigno's a giant dick.
Yeah.
Because and like, look, I could have got him at a bad time. But you know how sometimes you just walk up to somebody and you want to say hello and thank you and just talk to him for a few minutes and then walk
Yeah.
away. Well, I walked up to him because, I love the Hulk. The Hulk was fantastic. Growing up in the 70s, watching that show, it was amazing. It was one of my favorite shows as a kid. So I wanted to walk up and just have a few words of experience with the man and talk to him and tell him thank you for the shit that he did and all that stuff, growing up. The only words out of his fucking mouth, is 2 for 40. And I said, what?
Yeah.
And he goes, 2 for 40. And I said, well, I'm not here to buy an autograph. I was just here to talk to you for a second. No, 2 for 40. So I just said, all right, well, fuck off. And I walked away. It was like, and it was like 4 times, and all I said was, hey, how you doing? I wanted to say thank you for this. And nothing but 2 for 40. And
we were at Wizard World, and they have volunteers that stand with Lou and help him, take the money and all that sort of stuff. Plus, they had people that were like 2 guys kind of directing his line to keep it,
steady.
So then at the end of the show, all of those volunteers come around and they have this yellow T-shirt and they have you sign it.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Well, Lou wouldn't sign it unless they paid him $40.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
And I went over and said, Lou, these people have been helping you all weekend for free. Sign their freaking shirt.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy, man. And I mean, I've done shows with a bunch of you guys. I'm always whatever you guys need, just tell me, and I'll go fucking do it for you. No problem. Yeah. I got you. And I've never had a person tell me they wouldn't. Like, I always ask, look, how much for your autograph? I'll pay you, and I don't mind. And normally they always just say, no, dude, you helped me do this, and
exactly
nothing but nice to me all weekend, dude. You got me drinks and did, here, what do you want? And I'm like, well, I appreciate that. I mean, and that's just a little bit of appreciation. It's fantastic. I mean, and like I said, I don't know the man. I've never met the man in my life except for that one time but I will never, ever try to book him at a show. I don't care if he's free. No.
Well, yeah, that you're not the only one that has had that happen. So,
and I hear Mr. William Shatner is a handful as well, but I don't know.
Yeah. He's going to be. I forget where I'm going to be, where he's going to be there. And the person was saying the same thing. He was looking forward to it. I said, well, don't get too excited,
guys. I need y'all to stop talking ill about Mr. William Shatner. That is my man. I've never met him, mind you.
I am just hearing the stories. I've never actually met him face to face. I do have his signature on something, but my mom bought it for me like 30 years ago when it was like $20. You know what I mean? Like, so like I have him, DeForest Kelley, and Leonard Nimoy, and I'm waiting for him to die so I can sell the picture. That's terrible.
No, that's perfectly fine. Some people,
but you know what I mean. I mean, like, I've never met him in person, but I've heard stories like him and Lou Ferrigno are like drinking buddies or something, and they would go in like the green room and like be shit faced, and like one of them was passed out, and like all kind of crazy shit I've heard.
Yeah.
You're ruining my childhood because
Yeah, well, it's just it's kind of the way it is. And
Shatner,
Yep.
Bruce Campbell, those were the guys I modeled my whole me.
see, Bruce Campbell was really nice.
Oh yeah,
I hear that about Bruce.
Yeah,
I hear that
he was
about
excellent.
Never met him. I all the guys that I've met that were on like these shows and stuff, I think besides Tom, of course, like all the people that I've actually kept in touch with, Spencer is fantastic. Like he would be backwards for anything, he's amazing. A couple of the guys the Power Ranger guys that I've met were fantastic. Not all of them, believe me. A couple of them were douchebags, but
Walter or whatever was kind of
Walter
something.
is really nice. We're good friends. I see him all the time.
Yeah, Walter's
he was great. That was the Black Ranger, the one that I sat with, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was
racist,
nice, but he was not nice to fans, in my opinion, from where he was sitting. Yeah, because I was right beside him the whole day, and he was just a little bit,
cocky and arrogant,
a little edgy.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'd say. But I didn't have a
The
problem
last
with him.
show-
He was
the-
nice to me.
The only problem I have with Walter was the last show we had him on is he didn't show up to his table till probably 1:00 because he was out the night before and he was having sex with somebody or something.
Yep, that was the one I was at.
some party thing. He was with some chick, But other than
another guy
to tell me about that over and over again.
Another guy that's really nice is Dean Cain.
Really?
Oh, God, I love it. Sorry, I yelled into the mic.
Yeah, I went. I was just at a show this last week with him, and he's another one that remember my name right away. And every time I'd see him at a Wizard World, because he did a lot of Wizard Worlds, he'd always wave to me and come over and shake my hand and stuff. And
I never got to meet Dean.
He was always really nice. Yeah,
he's really big into the Hallmark Disney, and not Disney, but the Hallmark like Christian movies now. And I still watch those, and I'm not like super religious or anything, but I still love him. I love
like that. Yeah, you like him. I mean, he's a great actor.
Yeah, he was Superman. Like he was Superman. He was awesome.
Like
I'm a Christian, so I'm right with you on that.
Yes, sir.
It's true. It's like I don't hold anything against anybody. Whatever you guys believe is fantastic.
Mr.
I don't force things on people, and I don't yell at other people about their beliefs, which these days you can say you're a Christian and you get shit on by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And it's awful. And I think that's the worst thing about this day and age is the fact that everything you say, somebody's going to hate it no matter what you say. It could be, oh, look, that flower is red. No, it's not. It's purple. Okay. No, it's, and they'll fight you over it for tooth and nail. And it's so terrible.
Well, I had an argument with somebody because I said, this is what the problem is. I said, if somebody thinks that red is green, you've got to teach them that no, red is red, and that means stop, and green is go. Otherwise, they're going to be blowing through red lights thinking they're green.
Yeah.
So that's a fact.
Yes.
And I said, now you can have an opinion. Now, whether you like Trump as president or you don't like, that's an opinion.
Correct.
It's not a fact. So, and then this person said, well, you should be able to have the opinion that red is green.
What?
And I was like, never mind. Don't even bother talking to me anymore.
That's like
I
this
think
thing.
I know which side they lean on.
Yeah. And that's kind of like this thing I see that was floating around the internet recently. It was like these two women are one was, I forget what, one was this real high up in like, maybe she was like a professor or something. I can't remember what she was. And the other lady was on these protesters and stuff like that. And she was telling this lady, she goes, So what you're trying to tell me is, in your opinion, that we don't know because 2 + 2 = 4. You said we can't say 2 + 2 is 4 because then we're being whatever racist or sexist or
Right,
however she put it. And she goes, "That's right. We don't know if 2 + 2 really could equal 4. It could be 5 for all we know." And the lady was like, "Well, how do you like where like my brain just popped like I'm like what?
How do you get through the day
Right?
thinking that way?
Like, where is the functionability of these people? Like, I have no idea why this exists or where this level of ignorance.
Well, and I'll tell you something that shocked me is that, you know, I have a Facebook page, and so a lot of people go there, and you know, I tell them when I'm going to be at what con and all that.
Right.
But I ran upon this post about the moon, and now there is a whole faction of people that think the moon was
Just
all
fake.
faked.
I love them. I
And
love
these
them. I'm so
people are
sorry.
just over the top saying, yes, no, this is all filmed. You can see the shadows are wrong. How come there's
Flat
no
earthers.
stars in the background? And
Yeah.
it's like, well, are there stars in the background during the day on Earth?
Right.
No.
Right.
And there's
I
no
love it.
there's no atmosphere. That's why the sky isn't blue. That's why it's black. But they just refuse to admit that it really took place. So I don't know if they're just doing that to yank on people's chains or if they really think that.
Well, that's
Mr.
even
Tom,
it's like the flat earthers too. I mean, the flat
Yes.
earthers. I mean, that just it's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's
Everything's a
so
fisheye
funny to
lens.
me. It's so funny to me because it's like there's no logic and there's no like no convincing them, but it's
No.
so funny their ways of worming themselves out of logic. So they're like well, the earth has oceans because there are these glaciers or whatever coming up on both sides of the flat earth. Or
Oh yeah. Oh, the wall. Yeah, the wall.
NASA has created everything in space and done stuff like that. The moon landing was fake. You can tell because on one rock in a picture there's a C. That's literally some of their
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, that's their evidence.
How could they get that lem to take off when it's so unaerodynamic? It's like a rock.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there's no air, so there's no wind, there's no resistance,
Mhm.
so it just takes off.
It's like, how do they do that? It's made out of camera parts in this. I'm like, no, that was Star Wars. It's completely
Yeah,
different.
Who took the photo of Neil Armstrong taking
Yes.
the first step?
That was the other
I
one.
don't know. They put a camera on the leg.
Yeah.
Who filmed that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I will say that I had an ex one time, and you just made me think of this. This doesn't really nothing to do with what we're talking about, but she said we were watching Alien, the
Yeah.
movie Alien, and she said, I said, you know, that's really just the ship, I can't remember the name of the ship.
I forgot the name of it
right
too.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I said, you know, that's just the toy, right? Like it's just a small model. It's
The
not a
model,
real,
yeah.
real thing. And she goes, well, how did they get the people in the model?
Well, wait. So you didn't date her for her intelligence?
Well,
No.
let me take you home right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nope.
But
Married her
how-
for
how
5 years and got my life ruined.
How can these people get a job?
Dude, I have
know.
no idea.
How do they
Well, none of them
exist?
really work. You think about it like this: like they don't want to work because most of them see all these. They either work on OnlyFans for the girls, or
Right.
the guys put their girls in OnlyFans and let them collect the money off of the girls that are doing this stupid shit on OnlyFans.
I
Yeah.
don't want you bad mouthing OnlyFans models.
Well, look. I'm not saying it. Look, if they make that money, I've seen these girls. Some of these girls make $3 million a month. If they're that smart to take dumbasses money, that much money in a month, more power to them, dude. I mean, and I want to know where these guys are because we need to like sell them some property that I got in a swamp somewhere, you know, just some shit that I could sell them because geez, man.
They will pay out of their butts
Yeah.
For any picture of anybody famous. It's crazy.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What I wanted to say
Tom,
is,
do you have an OnlyFans?
of course he does.
I will admit that early on when that first started,
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was. And I thought, well, I had just opened my Facebook page and I said, well, I'll spread out and I'll go do that. Well, I mean, I closed it immediately when I found out what it was.
That's a whole new thing for you saying that you would spread out for OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Well, no, there are entertainers, comedians, and stuff that do
there are
OnlyFans, but it's
no.
I don't know how they do it. I've never even opened an OnlyFans.
I've never been in that app either. I've never even looked at it because as soon as everybody was
lying,
saying,
I can tell you're lying. You look at, I don't know. I couldn't even think of.
I'm gonna do one called Only Feats. Only hey, people will pay for that too. But no, I was gonna say that we were talking about ignorant people and stuff. One time I was working and we were doing a surgery on a dog, and one of the techs that she wasn't a tech, she was like a girl who just like cleaned poop in the back, like a kennel help. She comes over there and there's a song by a band called Alice in Chains playing on the radio while we're working. And I was like, man, and she caught the conversation. I was like, man, it's a shame that, he died. He killed him, or he OD'd and died. And she goes, she looked at me in my eyes and said, well, how the hell is he on the radio? and I kind of just shook my head and I said, I said, I don't know. But Elvis is on the radio too, how do you? And my boss at the Dr. Joe just started dying. He put his head down as he's doing the surgery. And he's just laughing his ass off because he knew I was going to chew this girl up, and I did.
Yeah.
Pack up your stuff and leave because I can't hire somebody that's that dumb.
I mean, how is he on the radio? I'm like, really? Really? Do you know how the radio works?
Duh, Wayne. How was he on the radio?
Now, I'm just thinking here, like what we've been doing this for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Do you have anything about animation you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. We just talk shit, though.
And see, like, honestly, Tom, this is how our show really works, is because, and this is why a lot of people love coming back to our show, is because you will go to a show and they'll just constantly badge you about, how'd you work on this? What did you do with this? How'd you do with that? And we just like to actually have conversations and learn about the person other than what most people already know.
But and that's good because I'm telling you, yes, I've answered the same questions 1,000 times. Exactly.
And we've got that from all sorts of people. Like, I've actually had an argument with another she was an adult film star. I argued with her because all she wanted to talk about was her work. And we're like, no, what else do you like to do? We don't want to know. Everybody else know. We can turn on whatever channel we want to look at and see you, every bit of you. We don't care about that. We want to know what you like to do other than work,
Well, she's trying to turn it into money by getting people to go look for it.
Of course.
Buy it.
Of course. Yeah. 100%.
I do have one question about animation. You worked on Simpsons a little bit?
I did one episode. I directed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That you have no idea how much that means to me.
Yeah, like he's a huge Simpsons fan, and like he went through a bunch of turmoil within the last couple years, and had all of his Simpsons memorabilia thrown away.
I'm a collector, and so I,
well, how it happened is that I had done some stuff on King of the Hill.
Oh, dude, I can't believe you worked on that too.
In the first season and one episode in the second season, I directed that. And then I don't even remember how somebody contacted me and said, we've got this Simpson episode that we got out of order, and the people that are going to direct them, we skipped somebody, and we have one episode that we don't know who's going to do it. Would you like to do it? I said, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I did it. I don't even know what episode it was. It was like in the 6th or 7th season. But, I probably
always
would
thought about
recognize
that.
it if I watched it, but I just haven't seen it.
That's so
How do
cool.
How do you direct a cartoon though?
I was thinking.
I've
I was
never-
going to ask you that too.
Yeah, I've never answered that question ever before. No, look, you direct a cartoon exactly the way you direct a film.
Okay.
But instead of me standing there with a microphone or a megaphone
yeah.
and telling Brad Pitt, okay, Brad, you got to walk in, you got to look kind of dejected, kind of kick at the dirt, pick this thing up and throw it. Instead of directing that way, I write down what I want the animator to draw. So I would say, He-Man walks in, he's kind of dejected, he's kicking at the dirt, he picks up a rock and throws it. So, that's how you direct it. You just tell the animator what to draw.
Oh, that's
Well,
cool. That's
when
really
you
cool.
did
'Cause
that,
the animator
okay.
is the actor. He listens to the voice and decides what the character should be doing while he's talking.
Okay, so basically they record the voices first.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, how else could you make them talk? You have to know what mouth to put on.
I wasn't thinking about that because I've seen like every time I see videos, I just see like the person doing the voice acting and then the camera, with the movie playing. I've never seen an actual studio.
Well, a lot of that, what you're watching probably is when they dub a film into English, when it was like some Japanese thing.
It probably was, yeah.
And then they just, you don't have to match up the mouths. You just kind of be sure to talk when they're talking.
I got you.
Because if you ever watch anime, I mean, the mouths never say what the person's saying because it's all in Japanese. But yeah, so because look, if we've got one of the characters saying "look out" and it says "look out" in the storyboard, well, how do I direct that and how do I animate it if I don't know how the person said "look out"?
True.
If he just said, "Hey, look out for that," that's different than "look out."
Right? Yeah, because you have emotions and okay.
So you get, as the director and as the animator, you get what we used to call a cassette tape with the voice on it, and then you listen to the voice and see how he's saying it, what the inflections are, so that you can draw him and make it look like he's saying it that way.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
How many of those cassettes do you still have? Do you actually have those? Really?
Let's see if I can get it's hard to see them.
Oh yeah, over here next.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a stack of them over there.
That's so cool, man.
And those are some of the things I directed. Some show called Heat Seekers, which was like some sort of adventure show.
Cool.
Savage Dragon, from.
Oh yeah.
Savage Dragon.
Yeah.
Savage Dragon issue 1.
I directed that TV series, about 3 or 4 episodes. Godzilla, when they did the movie in the late 90s, they did a TV series, and I directed probably 5 or 6 episodes of Godzilla.
That's so cool.
And like the King of the Hill, I've got a couple of things of King of the Hill. If you ever saw the episode where Bobby gets caught smoking,
yes,
that's the episode I did, or one of them. And but you won't see my name on it because I did it all freelance, and they won't give freelancers credit.
That's terrible.
So whoever was the main director got credit for it.
But you did.
Wow. But I did it. Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Well, and at the time it was like, I would love to get credit for it, but I don't give a crap. I want my paycheck.
Right. You just looking to get paid. Yeah. Completely.
Yeah. I'm trying to make ends meet. So I'm not going to demand silly things like that. So
yeah, I completely get that. I really do. Like,
yeah.
A lot of people said that, why don't you get credit for this and that? It's like, look, I don't give a shit. I'm there to help and do what I can do. They can have all the credit they want. I know who I did for what and who know. Exactly. They know me, so I'm good with it.
And luckily, the IMDb, the Internet Movie Database,
Yeah.
they at first they wouldn't give you credit on their site unless they could physically see your name in the credits.
Ah, okay.
But after a while, I got to know somebody who knew somebody, and they put in on my request a few things that I didn't get credit for.
Oh, very cool.
That they added, which was good. But at the same time, there's probably the top 3 or 4 things that I did, like the later things, I never did. So I don't know where the heck they got. It was either a different Thomas Cook or whatever, and
Yeah.
I never worked on them. So I contacted them and said, I never worked on those. Take them off, and they just didn't take them off. So,
all right.
but
Well, at least
they
you
got
got
most of it. Most of the stuff that I did is up there now.
That's good. That's good. That's really good. We actually have been in a few movies, and I never once put us on the IMDb. I don't even know how to do that, but I'd like to one of these days. Because our name is not in the credits, like my personal name, but the Metal Hand of God podcast is, like, it's in all the movie credits. So I'd like to put the podcast up there. It would be kind of cool to have, we're in a couple movies,
Yeah, it's nice. The people, it was funny. This is maybe a month and a half ago. I can't remember where I was. I think it was Anaheim. And I'm flying on the plane. I get on the plane and I carry the banners that I pull up, behind me.
Yeah.
I've got them with me on the carry-on. And so I asked her, I said, is there like a closet I could put these in? Because put them in the overhead bin, it kind of blocks the whole bin. And she said, yeah, sure. She said, what are they, like fishing poles or something? And I said, no, these are banners that pull up that have the stuff that I've worked on in the past. And I happen to be wearing my Scooby Doo jacket.
Yeah.
And she goes, did you like work on Scooby Doo? And I said, well, yeah, I did. And I was sitting first class, right in the first seat. So we got to talking, and she was real interested. She loved, that. And so, she gives us the first class. They say before you take off, they give you your drinks and stuff,
Yeah.
So we're sitting there getting ready to take off, and all of a sudden she comes up and she hands me this little note. So I take the note, she goes and does her thing and sits down and gets ready for takeoff. And I read the note, and it's like, oh my gosh, I looked you up on IMDb page, and you have worked on so many great things. And my favorite movie of all time was We're Back.
Oh, nice.
And she said, when I was a little kid, my dad had the VHS, and when I go visit him, I'd always watch We're Back.
That's cool.
So that really means a lot to me and all this sort of stuff. So that was really nice.
That's cool.
So after we took off and she came over and started giving us our food and stuff, I said, hey, just give me your address and I'll send you something. And she said, oh, really? I said, yeah, just give it to me. So she gave me a little napkin with her address on it. Yeah. And so when I got back from my trip, I sent her a We're Back print and autographed and something from Scooby Doo and stuff. And, I like to do that for the people. I should have charged her $40 for 2, but I didn't.
2 for 40.
Yeah, so I always give people stuff like at the shows. If people were helping me, it's always come on over and pick something and I'll autograph it for you.
It's so funny because when you were at, I can't remember which show it was at. It might have been New York Comic Con or it was one of the bigger shows that I saw you at. I can't remember which one it was. We were talking and it was close to the end of the show, and you were like, I'm not taking this back. Take this to your kid. And you gave me like that, man. And I was like, here, I don't want this. You just take it away. Yeah. Like, are you sure? Yeah. Please.
Yeah. I think it was New York. I think
I think you're right. Yeah. And you're like,
because
look,
when I go to New York, I buy stuff on Walmart and I buy stuff on Amazon.
Right.
And have it shipped to my hotel because they got free shipping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
so I had the first year I did New York where I was really ready for it. I shipped 35 boxes of stuff to my hotel.
Jesus.
And the hotel is like, what in the world are you doing? I said, don't worry. I'll get it all. And I'm going to take it down. I get there one day early and I spend the whole day just trucking back and forth, taking stuff down there.
Right.
And it was that He-Man pop thing that I didn't have room. It wouldn't fit in my suitcase.
It was one of those like giant ones, Matt, like the 18-inch big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He-Mans,
And I didn't have any way to send it back home. So I said, I made so much, I think I made $20,000 at this show.
Because we were talking, you were like, you're not gonna believe how much. I said, what? He said, he was like, dude, I made like 20 grand. I was like, what? Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so it's like,
I want to say the F word really bad, but that's crazy amount of money.
It was amazing.
In fact, the last show I did, I had some He-Man figures, and they're really difficult to protect with the cardboard and everything.
Yeah.
And one of them got a little squished, but I had, let's see, Evelyn, Stratos. I can't remember what the other one was, but I just autographed them. And when I left, I just left them sitting on the table.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
So somebody came along and said, "What the heck?"
I bet you those things sat there for hours because people were like, I don't want to touch those.
They're afraid to take them.
Yeah.
I literally have Stratos in my closet right now that's like 3 feet from me.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And he is actually, it's funny. Wait, do I have the picture? Maybe I can pull the picture up while we talk. But we have a print that I had made of me as He-Man, Zodak.
Man.
Zodak. Well, yes, of course I am. Zodak was. I think Rum was. No, you were Zodak, I think, and Rum was Man at Arms. That was the three of us, and it's got the He-Man logo, but it says MHOG instead, and it's got the podcast logo, and it looks like He-Man. If I can find it, I'll show it to you. But it's amazing, dude. Like the artist that did it's one of our friends, and he really knocked it out of the park.
Nice.
But yeah, dude.
So what ends up happening is I was just so lucky. Like you saw how I got the job, right? Yeah. Well, my whole life has been that way. When I moved up to Seattle, because the animation industry kind of disappeared, and I luckily worked at a place after Filmation closed in '89. There was a little place that one of the Disney animators started up, and his name was Dale Baer, but Baer, not Bear. And with his close ties with Disney, I ended up working on Prince and the Pauper, which was a Mickey Mouse short.
Yeah,
I did Roger Rabbit, a lot of commercials with all the Disney characters. So I did Snow White, I did Fantasia. So I was really lucky getting into that. Same kind of way. I just happened to be looking for a job over at Mary Tyler Moore Studios, MTM Studios in Hollywood, just maybe sweeping up or something, because that was it. There was no more animation studios.
Right.
And I went over there, and one of the guys I was looking for used to be the custodian at Filmation. And I knew he worked there. So I said, maybe he can get us a job. And then we're smart guys. We'll move up the ladder, and become assistant cameraman or something like that. And we meet him in the studio, and he goes, "Oh, are you guys working at the studio across the street?" And we kind of look at each other like, "What studio across the street?" He said, "Yeah, Dale Baer, one of the animators at Disney, started his own studio." So we hightailed it over there and got hired that day. And the next day I'm working on Roger Rabbit. So again, it was only because this guy mentioned it. I didn't even know the place existed.
That's amazing.
Now fast forward to Seattle, and I opened up a comic store, and I had that for a few years. I was working as a bus driver part-time in Seattle, and one of the guys, they did an article about me in the Seattle Times, and it was like from Hollywood to Maple Valley, and how I was working through the mail. They'd FedEx me work. And it was on the front page of the business section. So I've got this big picture of me. I've got it on my phone. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But it talks all about how I work through the mail and all this. Well, somebody saw it and contacted me and said, "Look, I work at the studios. I do directing for the studios, and I need somebody to help me. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of work." So that's how I ended up getting into directing. So again, didn't apply for that job, didn't seek it, got that job. So now he gets hired by Microsoft for a part-time job, working with research. For some reason, I didn't know what it was, but I said, wow, that's great. He was going to get, this is in 1995. Yeah, because it was Windows 95 is just coming out. And they were going to pay him $40 an hour for this part-time job. In 1995, I mean, that was really good money.
That was a lot of money, yeah.
Well, it ends up, he calls me up, he goes, you know what? I can't take the job, so I recommended you for the job.
Oh yeah.
So I go down to Microsoft and I interview for this job. I get the job. And while the lady is looking at my portfolio, she sees this picture, which ironically is in the photo that I'm going to send you about from Hollywood to Maple Valley, of Rover Dangerfield, which was one of the movies I was working on at the time. And the turkey dies, and Rover is holding the turkey's head up by the eyelid, and the eyelid is all stretched out, and pretending to make the turkey talk. So he's going like gobble, gobble, gobble off the side, trying to make it sound like it's the turkey. Well, the woman, while she's interviewing me, looks at this photo. She says, "Can I make a Xerox copy of this? This is hilarious." And I said, "Yeah, sure." So she made a Xerox copy and pinned it up on her bulletin board behind. So now I go home. I got the job, so I'm going to get this $40 an hour job. I can't believe it.
Hell yeah.
She calls me up later in the week, and she says, "I got some bad news." And I'm going, "Oh no," because I need this job. I mean, the comic store is starting to fail. We're having trouble.
Right.
And she says, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to hire you for that part-time job." And I'm like, "Oh no, you got to be kidding me." She says, "Because somebody saw your drawing and wants to hire you full-time."
Oh shit, that's awesome.
So I got a full-time job at Microsoft making $40 an hour with 1,500 stock options, where the stock options were doubling every 6 months back in the 90s. And I never applied for the job.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
So, like I said, I've just had this little fairy just tapping me on the head, and things have been happening my whole life. It's been this way.
Well, that's fantastic.
That's awesome.
So I've been really, really lucky. Now, luckily, there's a little bit of talent there, so at least they saw it and hired me. But,
just a tad. You have plenty talent there, my friend.
But it was very, very amazing to get all these jobs, and just either through word of mouth or something, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Look, here's the picture I was telling you about. Boom.
Hey, it popped up.
Okay, great.
And then
Look how much that looks like me.
And then I did this one with the little golden book, and they put like the stamps on it and stuff.
Sure.
It's pretty funny.
And I like it says "We're back," like
Yeah.
the movie I worked on.
We're back. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Well, Mr. Tom, I know you're gonna have to jet out of here pretty soon. So
Yeah.
let these people know, all these millions and millions of fans, where they can find you if they wanna, I don't know, buy a print from you or get something.
Mainly I get people through Facebook that just come. If you put in, the search bar, if you put in Tom Cook Animator, I pop up and I've got a picture of me with all the characters around me. Yeah. And so I get a lot of stuff that people, send to me, and then I'll send it back. They send a self-stamped envelope to return. And in fact, I just sent one out this morning. I got 3 little He-Man cards, the little stickers from the card set. Nice. And he said, "Could you sign these for me?" I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll sign them for you."
Oh, that's cool.
And I get pops every now and then. Somebody will send me some pops all flattened, just the
boxes. Yeah.
And they usually send me a paint pen with it, so I can use it, the paint pen. And normally I charge like half what I usually do.
Yeah.
Just because they're taking the time, and I mean that takes effort to get the stuff to me, and all like that. So yeah, if they do something like that, just go on Facebook and you can message me there, or some sort of thing like that, and I'll respond. I usually take a day or so to respond, but I'll get back to them.
There you go. Well, if you guys want anything from Mr. Tom Cook, you make sure you message him on his Facebook page, and like he said, he'll hook you up or charge you whatever he's going to charge or whatever. The man is the man. I'm telling you guys, he's always been great to me, no matter what we've done, where we've gone. I mean, we've been several states together, different places. But
you're there's like a couple of guys that we've kept in contact, but you're the one more than anybody else that on my birthday are always wishing me happy birthday, and
man,
so it's always good. It's always good talking to you, and
I appreciate that. And it's sad that one of our buddies, Mr. George Lowe, passed away recently. I don't know if you knew George.
I don't think so.
He used to be the voice of Space Ghost.
Oh, that's right. I do know him.
Yeah. He passed away.
Yeah, I've done a few shows with him. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to keep in fact, we did St. Louis together. He was there where I met him. He was in St. Louis. And I used to keep in, like I do with you, I used to keep in track with, wish him happy birthday and things like that. And it was terrible.
I don't know if I ever brought my friend in. I had the guy that I worked with at He-Man ended up being one of my best friends. And later on, he started drinking and became this raging alcoholic. And I called him up one day, and he was homeless.
Oh, geez.
So for the last 6 years, I helped him get his Social Security. I helped him get his pension from the union. Helped him get into an assisted living place that they would take care of him. But he still wouldn't stop drinking. And in December, he finally decided he wanted to rent his own house. I advised against it. But I mean, I had, $100,000 of his that he trusted me with to help him pay bills as he goes along. Yeah. And so he said, "Yeah, I want to rent this house. I want to get out of this assisted living." And I said, "Mike, they make sure you've got your medications. They make sure that you take them, and you need to stay there."
Right.
And he insisted. He died less than a month after he moved into the house.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
December 29th. Yeah. And they found like 6 bottles of vodka. So he probably drank himself to death. And,
I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. That's
it was terrible, but he was his own worst enemy. He never drank when I met him. So it was really weird that all of a sudden he became this raging alcoholic.
Was that the gentleman who worked on Hades in Disney?
Well, he did work at Disney, but I think he was an effects animator.
Okay. Because another time I met you guys when you guys did a show at the Hilario Center on the West Bank in Louisiana. It was Mike Kahn, but it was before I was working with.
No, I think that was him. Yeah, Mike Toth.
Yeah, I met both of you guys there, and I actually he signed the Hades pop for me, and he also signed, you and him both signed Trapjaw for me.
Yeah, and what I did was when I found out that he was homeless, I helped getting him cons.
Yeah.
I would get 2 tables, but I'd share half the table with him, and I'd pay for his airfare. I'd pay everything to get him there. And then whatever he made, he always did pretty well.
Yeah.
He would just pay me back. I even got him to Dubai.
Really? Wow.
But it was so bad because his memory was gone. So I had him at the airport getting ready to take off for Dubai. And he calls me up and he says, they don't have me on their log for being on this flight. And I said, "Well, Mike, what airline are you at?" And he said, "Well, I'm at like American Airlines." I said, "No, you're flying on United." So he missed his flight.
Jesus.
So he had to pay $900 more to take another flight to get there. So most of the money that he made, he had to give me back to pay him back for the stuff.
Yeah.
But it finally got to the point we were at Pensacola for Pensacon.
Pensacon,
Woo, I'm in Pensacola right now. Sorry.
That's what he
said, I forgot my pens and pencils back at the hotel, which was right next door at the time. So he walked over and got them and came back, and he was blasted.
Oh, man.
So I told him, I said, Mike, I can't be bringing you into cons anymore because you're getting drunk at cons, and you can't do that. You're going to make me look bad.
Right.
So, and then from then on, he was begging me to do cons. I said, I can't take the chance because you just won't stop.
Depression is the worst thing that's ever existed.
So I had talked to him on Friday, the 27th of December, and Sunday morning, I got a phone call from his daughter saying, if you talk to my dad, I can't get a hold of him on the phone. And I said, well, I just talked to him Friday. He sounded fine. And she was up in Albuquerque. He lived in Las Cruces. And she was up in Albuquerque visiting relatives. And so she called the police, and he was in his living room, dead on the couch.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. He was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was a super nice guy. One of my best friends, but boy, that alcohol gets you.
It's the devil.
It was alcohol related. The death or whatever.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's a poison.
Depression will make you feel like you have to drown it out.
Yeah.
So
It'll make you want to poison yourself to get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so now that we've ended on the cheery note,
yes, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, now that we're at the end of the show, and we ended terribly. I just want to say thank you for really thank you for joining us, man. I've been wanting to have you on the show and do this with you for a long time.
Well, my pleasure.
I'd love to have you back. We can talk more. We can
do
whatever. It was so much fun, and we need to definitely.
I'm retired.
Yeah, exactly. You're retired.
Anytime you want, I can do this.
And then also, I want to let you know that I maybe within the next year or so may be having my own show, and I might be bringing you down if I can afford it.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Mr. Cook, it was very nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, thank you. Now I've got to go for 2 for 3 tonight. So
that's right.
Oh yeah, you got to do a softball game, right?
That's right. Go kick some ass, my friend. And like I said,
73 years old, and I'm still running the bases. And
that's awesome, dude.
73.
Yeah. Can you believe that,
man? Wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah,
man.
Thank you.
And he's a spry 73. Let me tell you. If you see those damn suitcases that this man carries around, you will see.
Oh yeah,
trust me.
That'll keep you in shape.
Yes. Well, thanks again, Tom. We appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as always, as you know, I was your host, Wayne.
I'm J. Matthew Robin, the human action figure, the king of things. I can't think of it anymore. Yeah.
And this amazing man right here is Mr. Tom Cook. And as always, remember to keep it metal!
That's it. I don't understand the rules here. I want to go home.
Are you talking with such sweet sorrow?
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama. Okay then. That's it. Get the fuck